Hello, in a recent video I was asked about plastic bags and where I got them, because there aren't that many easily available in the UK. I have been bagging books for a little over 20 years, and all the bags that I've used have come from Thailand. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about the bags, where I buy them, how much they cost, and it's totally up to you whether you wish to try and buy for yourself. First of all, I'll show you this. I just pulled this one off the shelf at random. I completed my buying of the Door Yellow Spines perhaps 20 years ago. So this was probably bagged about 20 years ago. And as you can see, the bag is still flexible. It's not stuck to the book in any way. It hasn't deteriorated. And I think it's reasonably good. I always use magic tape, sellotape, to close the bag. I do find that if that was done 20 years ago, I normally end up tearing the bag if I try and undo the magic tape. But other than that, I've had absolutely no problems with the bags I use. I make certain I don't expose them to sunlight. My book room has very little natural light by design. And I think a lot of bags are perfectly okay provided you do not expose them to sunlight. They're far more likely to deteriorate. Now in this country, we've had problems with bags being designed to be biodegradable. And the same pressures are starting to apply in Thailand. So how long it will be feasible to buy the bags there, I don't know. I've never had them shipped. I've always brought them back in hand luggage or my main luggage when I've come back from Thailand. My wife is Thai, so we go reasonably frequently. So I've built up a reasonable stock of books. The place I go sells books in 1 kilo lots. So for example, this is a set of 5x9, so 5 inches wide, 9 inches tall, that I use for small paperbacks, and that is 1 kilo. What I will show you, when I originally bought them, and I've bought new ones since, I don't know whether you can see, that was the brand that I used to buy. I don't think they produce them anymore, but there are very, very similar bags still available. I always get what is the thinnest size, which is the 30 thick. You can get them up to 60 thick. And while that may better protect the books against bumping and being dropped, it doesn't add any useful advantage if you're careful with the books and basically just want to protect from dust or any other issues and problems. But the 30 thickness do not give any real protection if you drop the books. As I said, the bags I just showed you were 5x9. There are many, many sizes. I'll see if I can show you another label. So for example, this one was 6.5 by 10. So basically I go up by ½ an inch at a time to cope with all different sizes of paperbacks. And if it's a thicker paperback, you need a slightly longer bag to cope. And I have bought, I think the biggest I've bought, which I use for hardbacks, is something like 10 by 14. going back to the bags, I showed you the 5x9s. This is one I've been using recently, this bag. I checked and I counted that batch is 85. So there are 85 bags left in this bag. So at a guess, you are, for a kilo, you're talking in the region of 300 or 400 bags. I've never bothered to count. The price is quite reasonable. I will just show you a bag. In Thailand, I wouldn't advise buying the bags that you'll find in supermarkets or anywhere else. I always go for these specific bags. So they're sealed at the bottom, but they don't have a little flap at the bottom, an extra on the bottom. You can buy bags where they have a flap that you can fold over. I generally prefer not to get those. And basically all I do is push them in at the side, fold down and seal like that. Sometimes I just fold over and seal rather than that. So what I need to do now is perhaps talk you through where I get them. I buy my bags in Chinatown in Bangkok. Chinatown in Bangkok is known, I don't know whether I'm going to pronounce this right, Yaowarat. Yaowarat. Chinatown is well worth a visit if you're there. Lots of street markets, lots of stalls, and I would really recommend it. If you're in Bangkok and want to get there, there are many ways, including the underground. And there's a station at Chinatown called Wat Mangkon, WATMANGKON. And that's about a 15-minute walk from the area where they sell the plastic bags. The area I'm talking about has about 15 shops that pretty much only sell plastic bags. They're the mass wholesalers for Bangkok. The shops are all in an area called the Ratchawong Cross Junction, RACHAWONG. So when you get there, probably only two or three will sell the ones that I've just shown you. So, but all the shops sell those bags. I had a look, and as far as I can tell, the bags are dearer than I told the person who made the comment. Now I think they're around £3 a kilo. I'd forgotten they'd gone up. But £3 to £4, perhaps 300 to 400 bags does still seem reasonable. I don't know what they're charging in the UK per bag, but I'm sure it's several times that. If you go to Wat Mangkon and need to get to the plastic bag place, you can either come out of the underground station, walk down the road opposite, and it's about a 10 or 15 minute walk. There'll be stalls and markets you can look at on the way. You may have to ask someone exactly where to buy them. The alternative is come out of the tube station, hire a tuk-tuk, it may cost you 60 baht, £1.50, and they can take you to the cross junction. But my wife and I always walk and have a look in the markets. I'm not certain if there's anything else I can really say about the plastic bags, but that is the way I have been bagging my books for the last 20 years. Thank you, that's all.